Hey everybody, wanted to do just a quick video on this workbench that I made about a month ago now. Been using it a lot. It's definitely my primary workbench and I've really enjoyed it. I'm going to give a shout out to the person on YouTube that kind of came up with this design as far as I'm concerned. Matthias Wandel, I believe is how you pronounce that name. But he did he did an awesome job of going through this, how to build it with simple hand tools. I have more than just simple hand tools, so it was a little easier for me. But the main points are he used 2x4s on each of the legs. I upgraded the front legs to 4x4s because I wanted to put a post on it, or a post vise, or a machining vise on it. So that's one difference of mine. But these pieces right here are not only glued, but they're also pinned. There's 5/8 dowel rods, two there, two there, two there, two there, and that's on both sides. And then also the piece that goes down in the front, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this, but it's actually dadoed in and glued in so that that prevents it from racking. And it's a clever solution to keep something from racking without, these ugly diagonal braces. He did one on the front and the back. As you can see, I did not do one on the back. The reason I made this bench is because at the time I had this door simply resting on my table saw. And essentially, if I had to beat on it or anything like that, I was just transferring that into into the table for the table saw, and I felt very guilty doing that. So I made this workbench, and I made it tall enough so that it would slide right over top of my sawhorse. And I pulled it out tonight to use it, and so I thought I'd make just a quick video while I'm out. There's also the other differences between this one and his. I mounted a vise on mine. I just put one bolt through the back there, and I put it as close to this 4x4 as possible, so whenever I'm striking anything, it's transferring all that force down the 4x4 and into the ground. So that's what I was shooting for there. Also, I have this vise that I bought at Harbor Freight, and I've used it a lot. And it's a great little vise. I'm probably going to do a separate video on this. But I made it so that there's enough of an overlap that it'll clamp on anywhere down the front. And then also, I made a piece to go right here so that it would clamp right here so that I could use it. I could use it in any form or fashion. And then in addition, get this piece of wood real quick. I made it so that I made the front brace a little long on this side, as you can see, so that I could clamp it there, and I can essentially clamp anything on any of the 90-degree axes that I want to work on it. And I typically use this one if I'm clamping wood. I typically use that one if I'm clamping metal. But before I had the Taskmaster machinist vise over there, which is a 4-inch unit. It's Japanese, but it's made, I think it was made in the late 70s, early 80s, so it's still a pretty decent piece. Before I had it, I used this, and I used it for everything. And as you can see, it's gotten some touches from some grinders and a couple saw nicks from Sawzalls and chop saws and kind of the whole nine. So highly recommended. But just wanted to do that quick video. And if you go over to this fellow's channel, the channel is his name. So just search that. It'll come up. It's like a quick and easy workbench with simple hand tools. But I thought it was a great design, and I adapted it a little bit for mine. One more thing I did that was different from his is I did this wheel configuration. It's real simple. I just kind of mocked this up just to try it out. I'm going to do something sturdier down the road. But essentially, you have a wheel there and a wheel there. And these are just caster wheels from Harbor Freight. And whenever you kick down on that, it kicks up the back and the front leg about a ½ inch off the ground, which is just enough to roll it around. And as you can see, it doesn't take a lot of effort to do that. And then I typically just take this little cheap clamp and clamp it together while I'm moving it around. And then whenever I get to where I want it, I hit the release on the clamp, and boom, I've got a super steady workbench. But I hope you enjoyed it. If I had to do this all over again, I had the door on hand because that's what I was using before. Probably would have gotten a wider door, but since I didn't and I had extra room, I ripped out a piece of OSB and made kind of a little, just a little tray back there. That's handy for putting, like, for example, I have a box with, this has like honing stones and my strops in it. And then also I have a big bit set. This is actually a cobalt drip set, bit set. I'm just using the old titanium nitride box. And then I put some chargers and some other toolbox stuff in this tray, and it makes for quick access. But also, if you just kick those two sets of wheels, I got one on both ends, obviously. Yeah, this one kind of still has the clamp on it, so you see what I'm getting at there. But it also kind of keeps it balanced. If you don't have weight on the back of this one specifically, all the weight from the vise makes it kind of top heavy, and it wants to roll. You know, if you're, let's see, I'm gonna get over there so it's easier to explain. So if you got your wheels down and you're rolling it this way, it's real easy for the top to come towards you since there's so much weight right here. But with that tray in the back, I keep enough stuff loaded on it that it's kind of balanced this direction. But hope you enjoyed it. Just a real quick video. Thanks so much. Bye.